Race fans, are you ready? It is time. Moxie Media Promotions coming to you live on Spreaker Radio from the Amco Total Car Care Studio. It is West Coast Wide Open coming at you right now. I'm the last one standing. No doubt about that. We are in the Moxie Media Promotions studio here at the Marion Creek Speedway. I don't know if you guys have heard the latest news, but there's that buzzing again. Someone's got a phone close, Nina.
I don't hear a buzz.
I do. Anyway, I want to welcome you guys back to the show. It's Wednesday night. That means West Coast Wide Open. And we are going to... What's the problem?
I can't hear anything. There we go.
Okay, so we got everybody good? Sound check's good? We did a sound check. Everything worked. Okay, so back in the studio one more time. West Coast Wide Open Wednesday night. We got a lot to talk about, guys. A lot to talk about for everybody listening. I know some of us have seen, some of you guys have seen the post we've been making, the new Facebook page, Marion Creek Speedway Kart Track. We're going to run Speedway karts, cage karts, mini sprints, possibly mini late models. Gary's working on a deal for mini late models, and we're also looking at bringing some dwarfs in. We're going to do some testing with some dwarfs, talking to a couple different drivers about getting their karts out here, or their dwarf cars out here on the track, and be very, very interesting to see what's going to happen there. We just came in off the track. Gary's got this smile on his face. Look at him.
It's kind of it's that goofy grin.
That ominous grin.
He's got that smile on his face because the track now, it's you don't just go out and scoop a bunch of dirt into an oval and make a racetrack. There's a process to it, and right now it is actually starting to rain here in the Willamette Valley, and I'm thankful for that. And when was the last time you heard anybody that owns a racetrack say, I'm so thankful for rain? It's going to help settle this track down. It's going to help settle this track down. It's going to get a nice, even watering on it. We've got a new watering system that we debuted. We just kind of did a little test with the other night. Worked pretty well. A couple little modifications coming to that. I mean, we can't we don't know what's going to happen until we do it, right, Dave? It's a learning process.
That's right. All I can do is knock the rear end out of my truck. No big deal.
Well, and we had a lot of weight squatting on that thing the other night. About 2,000 pounds worth of water sitting on there. And
it'd be all right. It's a Ford. It can take it.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
So, Marion Creek Speedway, we are going to be holding testing. We were going to do it not this Sunday, but the following. But then we have a 2-day show scheduled at Southern Oregon Speedway that we will be calling the R. Charles Snyder Tribute. We'll be there handling that business for 2 days. Big race coming up this weekend. We're going to talk about all this stuff and a little bit more tonight. But I want to open the show like I always do because I think our listeners actually enjoy listening to your weeks. Maybe they don't. I could be wrong on this, but
maybe they should chime in and
Yeah, it's like get to the good stuff. We don't want to hear about your boring lives.
So Sandy's to my left. I'm going to have Sandy start with her week.
Oh, busy? I don't know. Just it's same old work. You wake up. I don't know. I have some people on my Facebook page. I guess my personal Facebook page, but I did write a thing the other day that said, when you wake up and your husband's not in bed and you have a dirt track in your backyard.
You got to get there early, man. It's
a
lot of work.
Mistress.
Yep.
It's a lot of work.
She's pretty, though.
She is.
Are we talking about Sandy or the track?
No, we're talking about the track, you silly.
We're talking about what?
Details. Those are details. Debatable.
Yep.
Either way. Either way.
It's been a busy week, just work, the track, getting stuff done around here. Same stuff.
It is.
It's been a good week. It's been a good week, though. But it's gone by fast. I want the summer back.
Well, I would just, and that's the thing for me today. We were talking about how fast this week has gone. I look outside. It's been gray and cloudy. It's been sprinkling.
It's cold.
Which I don't like that. I want 85 year round and sunny skies. That's my deal. Nina, I know we're in the same boat there. I mean, you're from the islands, so But I'm looking at there going, you know what? As much as I hate it, we need it. I'm glad we have it just to help the racetrack.
Dude, we need it for the racetrack. Nothing else, just the racetrack.
Well, let's just knock that dust down too, everywhere.
Oh man,
That's true.
Get the
We
allergies
did-
out of the air.
You know, we did tear things up quite a bit out there. It will settle all the dirt and stuff down. And
Dave, are you gonna be on the show tonight?
He's doing
Oh, yeah.
selfies.
I'll tell you who he's talking. I know who he's talking to right now.
I got business I got to take care
Uh-huh.
of. I
Good.
have to find a place to move my school to. I got 6 months because I guess the city is going to take over the place I'm at now, and I am looking for another place. I need a couple of acres. I've looked at a couple of places. All I need is about $800,000
is that all?
That's it.
or $1.2 million.
Well, you know,
And I
chump change.
I don't know whether to write a check or put it on my credit card.
I'd go
Like
credit card and get
half-half?
some of that cash
Just
back.
throw
Just
cash.
half-half.
So
I'd-
maybe just cash.
I'd get the rebates. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
No, I'd
But-
do credit card.
Yeah.
Dave has been very, very busy at his school. He's got he's just had a flood of students signing up, and
Oh, I'm booked for next month, and they're still calling. I'm actually almost. I'm like the airlines. I overbook a little bit
well, you have to
because
because
something happens to one or two of
yeah,
them.
every month it seems like. But
So
Northwest Trucking Academy, one of our sponsors at Marion Creek Speedway, a big sponsor here on the show. Dave's been a big part of what we do, and we
For a long
appreciate
time.
all of his help. Yeah, this is your third year with Moxie Media Promotions now, Dave?
yeah, I think the third year. You know, it's been a
It's been a fun.
it's been a fun ride.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Gary is
I think
our.
he's lost a little bit of weight along
I've
the
lost
way.
a lot of weight.
And he
What-
can't afford to either.
I even lost my mustache. I lost
Yeah.
so much weight.
Where'd it go?
So much difference.
I don't know. I woke up, it was gone. I don't know who she was that took it.
The other day, Dave says, "Let's play hide and seek." I said, "Okay, I'll count to 10." I turned around. He was standing sideways. I couldn't see him.
No.
I always win at that
Unless he
game.
sneezes.
It was
then we
crazy.
know where he's at.
Well, you know what? I want to bring Gary. Go. I want to hear about your week. Then I'm going to bring up something real quick. Go
Okay.
ahead.
My week?
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
Yeah, you know, this
Oh,
is the best
good.
mood I've seen you show up in a long time. The stress is kind of easing on down, and
It's been good.
Good.
It's been good. Yeah. Work is really smoothed out. Of course, we're beyond the hump of summer when it comes to
the pool industry.
pool industry. So, but it's still busy because we're still planning the next step. Always planning the next
Yep.
steps. And, so we got some big things coming down there right now that we're planning for. So I'm really excited about that. But yeah, that's pretty much it this week. I won't share any more yet. There's going to be some stuff coming up on some of my other Facebook pages.
I know.
Pretty soon. So.
I know. Good deal. Nina,
Hi.
how are you?
Good. My week was life-changing.
I know your week's been a lot different than Gary's.
It's been completely unexpected and exciting all in the same time.
Any major events going on, or no?
No?
Just kind of just.
Come on now. Come on now.
Are we allowed to talk about it?
If you this is your time and you
It's-
want to talk
I
about this is your
Don't
week.
need to brag or anything, but I kind of got published.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She kind of got published.
See, listen, there.
Moxie is oozing out of
Here's the
Nina
thing.
right now.
Here's the thing. So I had this is Nina's. This is her first year with Moxie Media Promotions. How many years have I been trying to get you to come out with your camera? It's 3.
3 years you've been getting, yeah. It's
And
been
now
3
you're
years.
in it. You're loving it. You're having a
Loving it.
good time.
Good time.
We're glad to have you on the team because listen, if you guys haven't gone down the road in a Suburban with Nina, you have never partied.
You haven't lived. You haven't lived.
She's uncontrollable.
Well,
I-
you know what? You're right. She's like the
out of
female
control.
version of Andrew Dice Clay. You don't know what's going to happen next, right?
Oh, he's really giving you away
I mean
now,
that in a
Nina.
good way. The shock factor, some of the stuff she says catches you so off guard.
Yeah.
If you don't laugh, you deserve to be punched.
She could be one of those stand-up female comedians.
Very
that are
easily.
So good.
Very easily. But
She could do it.
because she's so good at what she does with a camera, she actually has been contacted by dirtondirt.com, and they are wanting her photographs on a weekly basis for what we're doing.
Nice.
Not surprised by any means.
Boom.
Not surprised.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I would be too if I were you.
I'm stoked. I'm waiting for Sunday so I can then post and brag about it.
Yeah, yeah.
I now on the drive back from the racetrack every week. Nina is actually in the back of the Suburban editing her photos.
She immediately goes to work. Races go over. We start to wind down. Her work begins.
Yep.
Somebody drives. The rest of us sleep.
The driver sleeps
And
sometimes
Nina's,
too.
well, yeah, that
Feels
happens
like it.
sometimes.
Autopilot.
But Nina's in the back of the Suburban editing photos.
I
That's
am
what
like
she
a
does.
parrot, though. Every time you guys say something, I'll just randomly spot out.
That's the funny stuff I'm talking about. She's nowhere near the conversation, and we're having this whatever's going on. Then there's that little punchline that Nina throws in, and
If somebody's in our way, I'll just chime in. Yeah, get out of our way.
yeah, it's not like that at all.
No,
it is
I
not.
was PGing it up.
Yeah, that was extra PG. But it's always good fun. We got a lot to talk about. I want to get into the show.
How was your week, Corey?
My week has been my week's been pretty good. It's been a lot of work. It's to see the final stages of the racetrack coming together has been. There's a lot of satisfaction in that. I mean, the hours. And you know, Gary, you've been out here working. Dave's been out here. I mean, if it wasn't for Dave, a lot of that stuff wouldn't get done right now.
I'm such a freaking hero.
Don
You are.
shot.
You're kind of a big deal.
Don shot. Don shot at Checkered Flag Asphalt and Paving. Without him, this thing wouldn't be what it is at all.
He was awesome.
He's talking about coming back and doing one more round. I don't know if we're going to touch it.
I don't know.
I
either.
think where
I
it's
don't
at
wanna
now, I
touch
think
it.
we're just going to let this rain settle in.
I
And
really like it right now.
yeah. Well, we're going to find out Sunday when we get some carts on it.
It has character right now.
Mm-hmm.
I've been told by that by a few of the
I'll bring a
kart
trailer
racers
this
come
time.
out. They said it has character.
Oh, jeez.
A little hump here, a little place there.
It's got some
They like it.
personality, to say the least, but it's going to be interesting to see how this track races. High banks, long straightaways. These are not sweeping turns like you see on a lot of little tracks. So here, Bradley Pompey, one of the top cage kart drivers in the region, arguably in the country, just got back to North Carolina not long ago. He's back there doing some big time racing. They saw the post and they said, hey, him and his parents, can we come out and take a look at that track? I said, yeah, come on out. And they came out. They rode motorcycles out. They got out here in front of the house, and we walked across the bridge and headed out into the field. And Briley didn't say a word. Talking with his parents, and he just kind of he's watching the track, scanning it left or right as we were approaching. We got up on the track, walked to the apex of turns 1 and 2, and turned around and looked. And the look on Briley's face is exactly what I wanted to see from any driver that looks at this track. He stood there. He his eyes got big. He looked from the left to the right, shakes his head yes, and he says, first words out of his mouth, if I'm lying, I'm dying. He says, this place is going to be technical. Now, when you get a quality driver like Briley Pompey that says, this place is going to be technical, and you guys know that was my mission when I built this, when we started this thing.
This is not a cookie cutter track.
No, it's not.
You better know what you're doing.
It is not a cookie cutter track, and it's going to be technical. That's exactly what I wanted. That's why I didn't make it super long, but it's long enough to be fast and racy. The high banks will keep your speed up, but you better be a driver to get through the turns here. They're not hairpins, but they're not sweepers. It's going to be, and well, Gary and I, we got a little track time. Dave got some track time on the other night, or the other morning. It surprised me in a couple spots. There's no doubt. I think the biggest. Now, you guys got some track time on it with me. Dave, let me ask you. We've built this track. We're doing all this work. You get in a cart and you go out and you run around. You got about 30 laps on it the other night, or the other morning. What part of the track surprised you most?
Mostly the exits coming off of those big banks.
Exit speed?
Yeah, I would try to go high. I'd go low, trying to find. But I haven't raced enough to really read the track yet. So I was trying different things. I went up high, and it kind of scared me because I'm up there, and the back
speed
end,
up there is amazing.
The back end starts coming around, and I've got your wife standing over on corner 4, and it bit right before it got to her. That kind of scared me a little bit. Not for me, for her.
Yeah.
So I learned that showed me how you could slide around that top with that. Mm-hmm. It was pretty cool. I liked it.
Gary, you ran a couple laps. Tell me what surprised you most about this track? I mean, because we've been part of building this thing. You've been here. You've done a lot of work on this thing. What you expected and what happened on the track? I mean, when you were in the seat, tell me.
I definitely wasn't expecting what I felt in those 2 laps that I got. I kept popping the chain if anybody hadn't seen the video, but when I finally got some speed out there, I could have gone